Nothing belongs to us but scenic time. Have you ever wondered how you use this valuable resource? Each day, we are graced with the gift of time, and it is up to us to decide how to truly employ it. It is crucial to assess whether we are living up to our priorities. As we devote our time to meaningful activities, such as the pursuit of knowledge, moments of reflection, the strengthening of family ties and friendships, and the development of relevant projects, we realize that everything else in our life naturally falls into place. Although we are aware of the ephemerality of life, it is in the painful moments of farewell to loved ones that the fragility of existence becomes evident. In Stoicism, Seneca teaches us that we often consider life short, but in reality we waste it. Lucius Annaeus Seneca, Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, discovered that to live a full life, we must be eternal learners of the most important subject of all, life itself. In his moral essay on the brevity of life, Seneca offers us an urgent reminder about the non-renewal of our most valuable resource, time. In this video, we will explore Seneca's 10 deep insights into time management, inviting you to stay until the end to discover how to apply these lessons to your own life, seeking a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. Now, before we move forward with this incredible knowledge, remember to leave your like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and activate notifications so as not to miss any learning. After all, it can transform your life. An interesting approach is to treat time as a scenic commodity. You will hardly find anyone willing to share your money, but how many of us are willing to share our own life? People are generally cautious when guarding their personal possessions, but when it comes to wasting time, many are more lavish with the one thing it's okay to be stingy about. Seneca warns of our negligence in considering the value of time, even though it is unquestionably our most precious and recoverable resource. Imagine being on the street and seeing someone very rich throwing money away. Surely, we would label that person as crazy. However, daily we witness to ourselves and others wasting something even more valuable, our time. If we want to assess how much we are spending unproductively, we can do a simple exercise: look at time as a financial asset. How much do you think each hour of your day is worth? Would it be $60 or maybe $100? Let's be brutally honest. How many of those hours do you lose daily? How many hours of the day do you spend without a clear purpose? Suppose you waste about 3 hours a day on unproductive activities, such as futile interactions on social media or absorbing empty information. In a month, these 3 hours a day total 90 hours. If every hour of your time was valued at $60, that would mean a loss of $5,400. Imagine if this amount was withdrawn from your bank account every month. Would you accept it passively? So why act in this way with your time, not caring about the possibility of living indefinitely, ignoring your own fragility in the face of life? Time is irreversible, and the ease with which it can be taken from us is the reason we must protect it firmly. Take control of today's task now, and you won't have to depend so much on tomorrow's procrastination. When we postpone life, inertia sets in, first laziness arises, and then procrastination. Lazy people often avoid their responsibilities, claiming difficulty, delay or unwillingness. Procrastinators, on the other hand, simply put things off, deluding themselves with promises to do them at a more convenient time. Many of us become anxious in the face of important tasks, allowing anxiety to dictate our actions. We rationalize procrastination by creating perfect scenarios in our minds about how in the future we will certainly have time to fulfill these tasks. Seneca reminds us that relying on luck and procrastination not only increases the likelihood that we will not complete the task, but also exposes us to life's inevitable interruptions. We cannot count on the same luck to postpone again the next day. To make the most of our time, we must abandon the phrase, "I'll do it later," and adopt the commitment of, "I'll do it now." Understand the power of deadline and the importance of taking action without procrastination. Draw up a simple list of the dreams and goals you aim to achieve, setting tangible deadlines for their realization. Develop the habit of analyzing your day by evaluating how you have distributed your time throughout it. Even by dedicating just 10 minutes a day to honest self-analysis, we can avoid repeating mistakes. This practice will reveal areas that need improvement, making it easier to define a path towards the person you want to be. Always remember that when we hesitate and procrastinate, life goes on. Value life for yourself by understanding that aging is not only measured by wrinkles and white hair. Truly living is more meaningful than simply existing for a long time. Many of us have aspirations, such as the dream job, an ideal home, a perfect relationship, or a dream vacation. However, we often fall short of these achievements because we remain stuck in jobs that we detest just to keep up with the bills, or in relationships in which we remain for fear of loneliness. It is easy to let ourselves be influenced by what is coming our way, but today, with constant information and stimuli at our fingertips, we delude ourselves by saying that we do not have enough time to try new activities. Constant occupation is a personal choice, and busying ourselves with things that do not bring us satisfaction is the biggest distraction in life. We routinely go through the days, fulfilling our obligations, but we are often absent to ourselves, confusing doing with being. The most valuable investment of your time is creating a life you love to live. Even if you don't know exactly what you love or want, ask yourself the questions: if I had more time, what would I do? Or, if I could change something now, what would it be? These reflections may reveal desires to change jobs, get fit, or explore new hobbies. Another crucial practice to start living for yourself is learning to say no. This is one of the most challenging tasks in life, as saying no often comes with the fear of hurting those we love and the desire to please everyone. However, one must be careful, as giving in to these pressures can overwhelm and consume your life. Ever wondered how you could reclaim some of your time or feel less busy? Start by understanding the power of no, by saying no, thank you, I'm not going to get involved in this, and I can't right now. While this may hurt some feelings and push some people away, by saying no to the things that don't matter, you make room to say yes to the things that are beneficial to you, allowing you to fully live and enjoy your life. Don't invest your time exclusively preparing for the future. Seneca urges us to live in the present, devoting time to our own needs, planning each day as if it were our last, without anxiety for tomorrow. Many of us spend too much time preparing for an uncertain future, but Seneca warns against postponing happiness, criticizing the idea of working incessantly until age 60 in the expectation of finally being happy in retirement. Our future is uncertain and often beyond our control. The future life we work hard for may never come to fruition. By being too busy and worrying about the future, we let the present slip away, allowing time to pass unnoticed and out of our control. Only when we grow old and approach the end of life do we realize the brevity and preciousness of existence. The regret of not having made the most of the time when we had the opportunity is a constant. To prove this, it is enough to read obituaries, where no one laments for money or missed opportunities, but for the time that was not lived. Seneca compares time to a rushing stream that does not always flow. Imagine being in the middle of a desert, dying of thirst, and finding a stream of water, but not sure when it will stop. In this situation, we would not drink as much as we could. Similarly, just like water, we should make the most of our time to make the most of the present. It is valid to plan for the next 30, 40, or 50 years, but we must not allow these plans to take away from us the present, which is the most precious. We can only live one moment at a time, and that moment is unique. So choose to live in the present. Making long-term rewards immediate is key. Postponing things is considered the greatest waste of life, as it robs us of each day that comes, denying us the present by promising an uncertain future. The biggest obstacle to life is expectation. Our tendency to procrastinate is intensified at the beginning of any undertaking, even when all distractions have been eliminated. The challenge is to make the initial effort less unpleasant, and the key lies in expectation, the gap between short-term impulses and long-term rewards. The difficulty in starting something is often related to the absence of expectation of immediate reward. In some situations, the reward may be years away. However, if we associate our work with the expectation of instant gratification, we provide ourselves with an incentive to take the first step. For example, if we procrastinate on social media, we may establish an agreement not to access it until a specific amount of work is completed. In this way, we reward challenging work with something immediate. Spending time reflecting on the past is a recommendation of Seneca. He reminds us that life is short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. According to Seneca, time is divided into three parts: the present, which is transitory, the future, which is uncertain, and the past, which is unalterable. Despite the Moderna lessons of time management that emphasize focusing on the present and planning for the future, Seneca advises attention to the past. Enriching our existence, according to Seneca, involves cultivating self-awareness to draw valuable lessons from past experiences, making us more effective in the present. By taking a moment to understand how our past experiences have shaped our character and transformed us into the person we are today, we gain clarity about who we are and who we want to be in the future. This not only allows us to be fully present, but also helps us take responsibility for ourselves and our actions. Sometimes it can be challenging to realize the progress we have made, especially when we tend to compare ourselves to others. However, taking time to reflect on the past provides a valuable opportunity to recognize how far we have come in life. Taking advantage of free time is a lesson we learn from Seneca. The point is not that we have a short space of time, but that we often waste it. Life is long enough and has been generously granted to make significant achievements possible. We work hard to earn two things: money and free time for leisure activities. We often devote 8 to 9 hours a day to work, aiming to get free time, but we end up wasting this sweaty time on trivial activities. It is crucial to recognize the need to say no to wasting free time, even if we enjoy our daily activities. Every hour spent working, if not made the most of, will never be recovered. Those hours are gone forever. Many of us often use lunchtime to eat at our table, but instead we should make the most of these breaks to enjoy quality time. Engage in enriching activities during your free time, whether it's reading, writing, exercising, or visiting museums and galleries, especially if you're working in a city. Consider starting a Stoicism group in the office, providing an opportunity for meetings during lunch hours, weekends, or evenings whenever possible. When you have significant time, make the most of it by practicing meditation, reading, exercising, or recording your reflections in a journal. The key is to add value to your life. If your desire is to overcome mediocrity and start living fully, it is essential to optimize the use of your free time. Stop wasting time on trivia, as Seneca teaches us. Those who wish to understand the brevity of their lives should reflect on how limited their own existence is. We often spend time uselessly, especially on screens, whether at work or on social networks, losing ourselves in status updates and endless selfies. How often do we donate our time to others for no tangible benefit, whether it's casually playing games on a mobile app or aimlessly browsing social media? Both of these activities consume our precious time. It is worth remembering that just as we would tell someone to give up if we were constantly asked for $20, we must be equally protective of our time when people endlessly request it in person, by phone, email, or SMS, as our time is as valuable as our money in life. Those who constantly agree to the requests of others eventually realize that they no longer have time for themselves. They live on behalf of others, neglecting their own aspirations. True happiness lies in filling time with activities that are meaningful and aligned with your personal outlook on life. Investing time in creating memories is essential, as Seneca reminds us. Worrying while life passes is inevitable, and death will come with no choice but to submit to it. In the same way that a rich man seeks to double his money by investing wisely, we should all invest our time wisely. The most valuable return we can get is to invest in creating new memories. Seneca points out that memory is more lasting than pain. We often waste time chasing things that make our life even shorter. As we grow older, we regret not having lived fully. An enemy of happiness is adaptation, as Dr. Thomas Gillivitt, professor of psychology at Cornell University, points out. Memories of life experiences, however simple, provide more lasting happiness than material possessions. Investing time in philosophies is Seneca's ultimate wisdom. He points out that only those who are at leisure take time for philosophy, as they are truly alive. The study of philosophy is pointed out as the only valuable occupation of the mind and spirit, an invaluable teacher that helps us learn how to fully inhabit during this brief period of existence. To be a philosopher means to be a lover of wisdom, and philosophy is the study of truth, virtue, life and death. Nothing in this world is permanent except the truth. The philosopher is always in search of discovering the truth about the nature of the world and what is our role within it. One way to start this journey is to explore Stoic philosophy books and videos. These resources have been created to serve you by providing condensed knowledge and wisdom over time. School and education are distinct, and it is your responsibility to continue educating yourself throughout life. If you enjoyed the content of this video, don't forget to share it with a friend who might benefit. Help us spread this age-old wisdom. If you want to deepen your understanding of Stoicism, just click on one of the videos that appear on your screen. Thanks for watching.